Hey, what's going on, guys? DK. Back at you with another video here to bring down Game 5 of the NBA Finals, the showdown slate between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns. This tied up at 2-2. That last game was fantastic, and hoping for another game, or another great game tomorrow. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is DK. I make daily videos and live stream for NBA and NFL slates on Draftkings. Also making videos for NBA Top Shot and PGA Daily Fantasy Sports. PGA for the Open. I have actually 6 out of 6 guys making the cut. Looking really, really solid. 2 of the top 3 guys right now in Spieth and MIKAL. So hoping that holds, and hoping you guys your lineups are looking good for the Open. If you're interested in signing up for premium content, offer that on patreon.com, an esports package. It includes Call of Duty and CSGO, as well as an NBA package. If you sign up for the NBA package, it includes those PGA golfer data sheets for free. And I do want to thank PrizePicks for sponsoring this episode. So if this is your first time viewing my channel, or you're not familiar with PrizePicks, 2 different ways you can play for NBA. Number 1 is the original way, where you just take straight up over/under on fantasy points. So PrizePicks will post players and their projected fantasy scores. And again, you either take the over or the under. Or you can go to single stat DFS, where you can take over/under on straight up points, assists, rebounds, 3-pointers made, free throws made. They have a lot of good stuff here. So if you guys, again, want to try it out, you can sign up. Use the code DKDFS. DKDFS, all one word, link down below. You will get a 100% match up to $100. You put $100 in, you'll get a free $100 to play with. And finally, I just want to thank you guys again for your continued support on all the videos, whether it be the Top Shot videos, the PGA videos, the NBA videos, the live streams as well. If you do enjoy this content, if you could, leave a like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't upload videos and you don't want to go live. Again, I will be doing a YouTube live stream tomorrow. Might be earlier in the day, so keep an eye on for that. And let's try to aim for 150 likes on this video, guys. All right, so before we talk about players and their prices for Game 5, we can quickly go over my lineup here from Game 4, showdown slate. So Game 4, Chris Paul sank my lineup. He was decently popular, 55% owned. Just had, the worst game I've seen from Chris Paul, I think, in forever. Like, I don't remember seeing Chris Paul playing that bad, really. He turned it over a bunch. He had 5 turnovers. Couldn't make a ton of shots. Only had 10, 7, and 4 in like 37 minutes. Super tilting. And yeah, Booker went off. The funny thing was, though, even though Booker scoring over 40 real-life points, he was not in the winning lineup. The winning lineup was Giannis and the captain with Middleton and AYTON, and the Jay Crowder. Again, I did go over that in the live stream. I was like, hey, if I do go that a little more balanced route, the one guy I want to look to is Jay Crowder. A lot of you guys followed that path and ended up takedowns. We had like 5 or 6 guys have huge wins, takedowns last slate. So congrats to all of you. Again, going over the rest of my lineup, so I went JRUE and the captain. Get a little bit different. He shot awful. I think it was like 4 of 20. And the funny thing is, he shot that bad and still had a decent fantasy game, like 13, 7, and 7 with 3 steals. Imagine if he just has a half-decent shooting game. Again, it was Middleton that went off. A little bit tilting for myself, because I had Middleton, the captain, the last game, and he just did nothing the second half. So was a little bit tilting, but again, I was happy the Bucks won. Giannis, again, clear play, right? AYTON was underpriced in my opinion, and then I used CONNAUGHTON once again. I've used him like the last 3 slates, and Torrey Craig was fine for his price, and he needed something super, super cheap. So that is it for the look back. Again, let's take a look at these Vegas odds. The 218 over under, and the Suns are 4-point favorites. So we'll start off with a road team, that being the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis now up to 12.6K. Same thing I'll say. It's just really hard to get away from him. He's going to play 40-plus minutes. He went for 26, 14, and 8. I don't think we had to spend a ton of time on him, because he is just playing out of his mind. Massive minutes, 71, 69, 65 fantasy points, or 66 fantasy points the last 3 games. Really, really like Giannis. Again, I think the only way you make an argument to fade him on this one is you think he gets some early foul trouble or aggravates the knee. Other than that, he's going to be in the winning lineup. So, yeah, really like Giannis, and I think he's the optimal play to go to in the captain as well. Now, Middleton, Jrue Holiday, as I always say, these guys have been very up and down. Middleton, the big game last game, went for 58 fantasy points, 40 real-life points, took over down the stretch. Again, they need him to do that. They need him to kind of be the closer he was. He shot 33 times, too, which is kind of crazy. I don't think he shoots 33 times again, but yeah, Middleton was playing really well. Now, the price came up a little bit from 10K to 10.4K. Again, we've still seen the floor with him, but firmly in play. And Jrue Holiday, 9.6K. Again, 4 of 20. and still in for almost 40 fantasy points. So if he just has a decent shooting game, like what we've seen in Atlanta, right? We've seen some big fantasy point games from JRUE Holiday, so it's still there. The upside is still there. Again, with both Middleton and Holiday, though, there's been a little bit more up and down. Now, I will say, probably with Giannis in the lineup, that the upside is a little bit higher in Middleton. Like, I'm not saying Holiday can't have an upside game when Giannis is in, but you can see Middleton take over games when Giannis is in. On the other side, Holiday, he seems to be a confidence player. If he comes out and nails his first couple shots, he plays a lot more confident and way better on the offensive end. If he comes out and bricks a couple shots in a row, he can get in his head, I feel like, and then becomes a little bit more hesitant. So, again, there's ups and downs. Middleton and Holiday, if they're both the same price, I would definitely lean Middleton. It's $800 between the two. I mean, again, if you're shooting for the upside, it probably is Middleton, but I'm really fine with either. You're splitting hairs, and picking between those two is really difficult. Now, with BROOK LOPEZ at 6K, still don't have a ton of interest in him. Minutes have been down 19 minutes. Again, them putting him a lot in the pick and roll and defensive end just kills him. So really not a lot of interest in BROOK LOPEZ. Now, what I was a little bit surprised about was we saw 20 minutes out of Bobby Portis at last game, that's good to see. 18 and 20 last couple games. If he is going to play about 20 minutes, then I do have some interest in Bobby Portis. He's a solid point per minute guy. My worry is, if they fall behind early like they did game 1, game 2, I think they limit his minutes. So there is a lot of risk here with Portis, but if I knew he was going to play 20 minutes again, I would have a lot of interest in him at 5-6. I'm just not convinced those minutes are there. Again, if they fall behind, I feel like they could go a little bit more small ball. Now, Pat Connaughton at 40, I think is very safe. Should play over 30 minutes, 34, 30, and 32 last 3 games. He's gone for 25, 18, and 24 fantasy points. I like him again here. Even with the price increase, I think he's a safer value play. Same with PJ Tucker. He's been in foul trouble last couple games, so it should play over 30 minutes. Again, not a great point per minute guy, but he's cheap and the minutes will be there. So once again, I know I sound like a broken record with these two, but I like Connaughton and I like PJ Tucker. And then Jeff Teague's the last guy I'll mention here, who should get around 10 minutes off the bench, has gotten 12, 14, 11 the last 3 games. Not the best point per minute guy, but he's really, really cheap. And if you play him, he allows you to get those 4 stars in. So I think he's playable for that reason. And Britton Forbes got a DNP last game. So don't think I can go there. And Thanasis may get like 30 seconds or so at the end of the half, or end of quarter, but no real interest for me there. Let's move on to the Phoenix Suns. Booker, Paul at the top. Booker at 10-2, Paul at 8.8K. Mentioned that Booker will probably be lower owned than he was last slate, and I couldn't pull the trigger on him. He played really well, but again, 42 real life points, and he's not in the winning lineup because he had 1 rebound and 2 assists. And he also shot unreal, right? So he had a really, really good shooting game, Devin Booker. So, do I expect him to shoot that well again? Maybe not. So, with Devin Booker at 10-2 and then Chris Paul at 8.8K, I'm going to lean Chris Paul. I know it's tough to go to him after watching it last game, trust me, but I think the ownership might drop a little bit, and I don't think it should. The price dropped a lot from 9.6K to 8.8K. Looks a lot better. Again, he played awful. No doubt about it. Like, I'm not trying to say Chris Paul played well last game because he did not. That was the worst game I think I've ever seen from Chris Paul, but I think he bounces back in a big way here at home. So I really like Chris Paul at this price. Definitely prefer him to Booker. Now, Booker is not out of play. Again, we've seen the upside. Again, he has to have a pretty good shooting game, though, to get you there. So I think Booker definitely more of the contrarian play. I prefer Chris Paul even after the last big game. And once again, I think AYTON is way too cheap at 8K. If he stays out of foul trouble, he's going to push for about 40 minutes. He had 17 rebounds. He's going to get you close to a double-double. So I like AYTON once again at this price. I think that is too cheap. The only risk really is potential for foul trouble. And once again, Jay Crowder, if I'm going to someone in the mid-range, it's going to be him. Even with the price increase. The reason is those minutes. 33. 39 minutes last game. I think we get about 35 minutes from him. He's been doing a pretty good job knocking down the threes. Now, don't expect 40 fantasy points again. We saw 3 steals and 3 blocks from Jay Crowder. That was definitely the ceiling. But if I'm going to go to one of these mid-range guys, it probably still is him, even though it's a little more difficult to get to him now. Bridges at 6'8", I just don't have a ton of interest. The minutes are trending down 27, 26. The minutes are trending up on Cam Johnson. Bridges has had that 1 good game. Other than that, he's been sub 20 fantasy points. So right now, nothing more than a contrarian play, and I'm probably not going to go there. PAYNE at 4-4 did play 17 minutes the last game. Again, we did see some Booker foul trouble, and Chris Paul got really limited minutes in the first half. I was a little bit tilted about that. He only played 15 first half minutes. So I think normally we're probably getting about 10 to 12 minutes from PAYNE at 4.4K, which makes him more of a GPP only play. Cam Johnson, once again, right up there with Connaughton Tucker is my favorite value plays, and he's been getting more minutes. Now, 2 games ago, he got a ton of minutes because Ayton fouled trouble. Last game, it was just because he was playing pretty well, and they wanted him out there actually over MIKAL Bridges. So I would much rather play Cam Johnson than MIKAL Bridges because he's like $3,000 cheaper, and he's actually played more minutes the last 2 games. So I think Cam Johnson's one of the better value plays on the slate. And finally, Torrey Craig at 2.4K should get about 15 minutes on the bench, get a decent defender. Don't expect a ton. I mean, he can have an upside game here and there, but really, if you're going to him, it's what he allows you to get into your lineup, but he's still cheap and will play. Again, I don't think Kaminsky plays again because their best bet when Ayton is off the court is to go more small. And yeah, Kaminsky didn't play. I warned you guys, okay, I don't think he plays. He got a DNP. I don't think he plays again unless something really weird happens or this game turns into a massive blowout. And I don't believe Nader played either. Yeah, Nader got a DNP too. So that is really it for the player-by-player breakdown, guys. Again, no one else should play unless this game turns into a massive blowout. So if you guys have been enjoying the content so far, I would really appreciate if you hit the like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload videos and you know when I go live. Again, I will be doing a YouTube live stream tomorrow. It's going to be earlier in the day, so keep an eye out for that, guys. Thanks again. Have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow in the live stream.